you finally ready and thinking about starting gear? Well, I'll give you a couple things to think about before you make that plunge. Watch this video now. Roll it. Hey, what is up? This is Tommy Guns. So now you're ready to finally step it up in your workouts. You've done the creatine, you've done the nitric oxide, now you're ready to finally do some gear.
What?
A couple things I would think about before you start, and it is the number one question I get. First of all, once you start getting on gear, you go down that rabbit hole for sure. And one of the things you got to think about is, what are you trying to accomplish? Because I know when I first started gear, I took any and everything. I didn't have real dose plan. I didn't have any program put together. And I really wasted a lot of years doing gear and just wasting it away.
Are you serious?
So now with the computers, internet and everything, of course, Google or ChatGPT, Google the best kind of plan that'll fit what you're trying to accomplish. If you're gonna risk putting yourself at risk for gear, might as well make sure you do it right from the start. You'll tweak things along the way, but that goes kind of with anything. So make sure you Google, ChatGPT, get with a gym bro, talk to somebody and see exactly what you're trying to do and what you should probably get on to accomplish that goal. Because some people, they get on gear and they take a bunch of different kind. Some are actually, like some people will take a lot of tren or test ethanoate, then take a lot of test cypionate together. They're basically the same thing, so you're wasting your money basically taking two different things of testosterone when you don't really have to. So there's a bunch of things to consider when it comes to that, and of course which ones are more harmful than the others. And I would always think, make sure you choose the right PCT after every gear cycle that you do. Because if you're starting off and you're pretty young, early 20s, late teenage, which I don't recommend, but kids are doing it now at those ages, you got to think about when you're doing gear that you're really putting a lot of risk. Actually, one of the things, not being able to have a child. If you take a bunch of gear, you don't do it right, you don't do the proper PCTs, take the proper breaks, it could really affect you ever having a kid, and that definitely would not be worth it at all. You will always regret it and hate yourself for that. And whoever you date or get married that wants to have a child, you'll have to explain to them, well, I done messed my body up because I started off using gear and I didn't do anything right. And I guess you can put SARMs in that category also. Another thing about gear is sometimes when you're younger, it'll make you feel invincible. So you'll take gear and you'll just think you can just treat people and do whatever you want to people. And that's never a good thing. Not only that, once you get on gear, you feel like you can never accomplish anything without it. And in some aspects, that's absolutely correct. Every time I get on gear, I get strong, I get bigger. I got a small frame, so I don't get huge. But for me, once I get to a size I really like, once I take a break, I almost have no motivation to go to the gym because I feel like, why bother? Especially because I'm a hard gainer, and I know without the help of gear, wow, it's almost impossible sometimes. And also, make sure your diet is right. Because like I said, if you're gonna start gear, we'll say early, mid-20s, you wanna make sure you have everything perfectly planned before you get on any kind of gear. And I also would recommend, say if you're gonna get on test, and then you wanna get on tren, or you wanna get on DECA, stay with each compound separately. Because a lot of these mix or blends, if you've never done steroids before, they can actually be either too many side effects for you right away, or if you do have side effects in a blend, you don't know which one is giving you those side effects. Like me, if I get to around 400 milligrams of DECA a week, I mean, I mentally become a basket case. It does not work for me at all. So if you take, and then if I do that with test, I have no problems at all. So if you take a test Deca blend and for some reason you feel like shit, maybe even suicidal, which that's another thing you definitely got to worry about, is the mental game. In a blend, you don't know which one's giving you the issue and which one to cut back on. Because if you try to cut back on one, in a blend, you're cutting back on both. So at first, I would recommend, if you're going to do tests and you say you want to do Deca, do them separately with their own compounds. So if one gives you an issue, you can kind of fluctuate each one, tweak each one, and see which one is actually causing you whatever side effects it might be. When it comes to juice, steroids, gear, whatever you want to call it, depending how you are mentally, whoever you are, it only elevates that. If you're an asshole, now you're a bigger super asshole. If you fight depression, now you can really be depressed. So you gotta really be careful, really be self-aware. That's the biggest thing if you're gonna start gear or you've been on gear, whatever the case may be. Definitely be self-aware and be willing to talk to somebody or get off gear completely. When I had a problem with Deca, got mentally bad, I just dropped Deca right off the rip. The only problem with Deca, it stays in your system so long that you fight that mental battle till it finally goes away. But it can take a while. So sometimes people use NPP, which is quicker in and out of your system. But anyways, regardless of that, if you seem like you're having any kind of mental issues, I recommend either trying to taper off or cut it off completely. Then maybe try to get on some PCT to get you back to normal and then regroup and rethink about what you want to do. Steroids can be really rough, really bad, and really get to you big time. I'm now 50, and I know if I could go back and change everything, I would either not do steroids or I would limit what I take and pretty much do a lot of moderate weight. Because the thing is, I have a small frame, so my ligament, joints, and everything, you know, they're not used to how strong I was able to get. So now that I'm 50, I'm only on TRT. I cut way back from where I was. My whole body hurts. My shoulders are trash. Oh, my elbows, the tennis elbow I get all the time. My neck, my back, hips, knees. Because someone like me, I got on Anadrol and it made me so strong. It was crazy. The problem is it made my muscles strong and it didn't make my joints and ligaments really strong at all. So when I finally taper down or I get off, the very first thing that happens every time I take a break off gear is my body starts killing me like crazy. So you definitely need to think about that too. Think about the long-term risk and everything that goes into it. Because if you're not getting this stuff from like a pharmacy or someone reliable, you really don't know what you're taking, how much you're taking. I know people that were making this stuff in a closet, some people making it in their bathrooms. A lot of this stuff is on the black market or on the streets is not made good at all. I know people that's got serious bad infections, had to go to the hospital and had many medical issues by taking bad batches of gear. I've even bought some that's had hair in it. So definitely be careful. Weigh out everything before you start. If not, once you get started, go down that rabbit hole. Sometimes when it comes to gear, depending how you do it, it could be too late. Then you kill your whole testosterone. And when you get off gear, finally, your natural testosterone never kicks back in no matter what you do. And then what do you do from then? You're stuck being on TRT for the rest of your life, maybe never have a child. So there's a lot of reasons not to start, but most people are going to start anyways and do it anyways, but just be responsible and think about everything that could happen when you get on it, because once you get on it, it's hard to get off. But this is Tommy Guns. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Maybe you can help somebody out that might be thinking of starting steroids, or something that I missed, or something you might have dealt with when you finally got on steroids and you wanted to finally get off, what you went through. Let me know in the comments and I will talk to you soon, and I am out.